My people in the diaspora, we need to talk because a few days ago, something major happened in London. The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria rolled out a brand new diaspora mortgage scheme. Now, on paper, the numbers, they look absolutely sweet. They're offering you a 9% fixed rate to help you build your house back in Nigeria. And if you know much about the commercial banks in Nigeria and what they offer as an interest rate, you know that a 9% interest rate is fantastic. I'm not saying comparing to what you get in the diaspora, comparing to what you get in Nigeria from the commercial banks. Normally they would offer upwards from 20%. So a 9% interest rate, it sounds like an absolute dream. But there's a catch. For you to even get the loan, you have to first of all register. Then you have to pay every single month into the system for a whole year before they can even process your application. Now, the federal government, they've come out to say the reason why they're doing this, which is good. They're trying to save people that have been scammed, or people that are planning to build their home. They're trying to save you from being scammed by your relatives that build ghost houses for people, or from fraudulent agents and developers. So they're trying to save people in diaspora from all of this nonsense, which is very good. But the issue or the concern that I think most people are going to have, because most Nigerians are used to dealing with very dysfunctional system. So the big question is, can we actually trust the execution? So today we are going to have a real talk breakdown of we'll do the maths and we'll do the risks, the heavy risks, especially a massive one, which is currency fluctuation. And when I mean currency fluctuation, the rise and fall of exchange rates, the ever changing exchange rates. So that's what we're going to look at today. So what I would say is, grab whatever you can grab to drink, your coffee, your tea, your water. Just sit down and we'll dive into this. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Madam Chumzy, and on this channel we talk about relocation to Nigeria, live in Nigeria and live in the diaspora. So what's the offer? The offer is a maximum of 100 million naira at a fixed rate of 9% over a maximum period of 10 years. So what I want people to really think about in regards to all of this is, first of all, the first point I'm going to make is that you're earning in pounds, but your debt or your property is in naira. That's the first thing. And you have to consider that £1 is not equal to 1 naira. So that you have to have that in your mind. And I think that this scheme would benefit people that are interested in having a property in Nigeria for personal use, like for yourself or your family. You're not interested in making any gain. You're not investing to make gain. So I think that it would benefit them more. You just want to enjoy your life. That's it. I want a home in Nigeria. But if you're going to invest in this, or rather take the loan, the mortgage for rental purposes, I think you really need to sit down and do the math. I'm not a financial advisor, just to make it clear. I'm just a regular person. So I just want you, the purpose of this video is to make you to think deeper, not just look at the surface and so they're giving us money, it's easy money, and you understand. So you don't go and rope yourself into something that you might struggle with or you regret later. So I'm just doing it, or rather the things I'm saying is the things I will say to myself. If you want professional advice, you want something deeper, go and meet a financial advisor, a professional one, to advise you. So if let's say someone borrows 100 million naira at that rate, I went to Google is your friend. I put the figure in. You know how you do your mortgage repayment calculator? You can do that, you know. I put it on Google and it came back so, that for over 10 years at 9% interest rate, the man borrowed 100 million naira. The monthly repayment would be 1.27 million roughly every month. Now, this is an estimate. So obviously it depends on how much you borrow, but I'm just giving an example of 100 million naira, you know. So the payment will be 1.27 million every month. So that's roughly about 600 pounds every month. So you have to bear that in mind. Obviously, if you're going to take loan, you have to make sure you're calculating it, your repayment, you're checking it based on your bad times, not when you're balling, when you know you're going to have so much money. Calculate that your repayment, base it on your bad times, when is the least money you're sure that, how will I put it, base it on anyhow, no matter how bad it is, you can repay that 600 pounds. That is the point I'm trying to say, because your property will be taken from you if you don't repay. It's as simple as that. So what I would say is that if for rental purposes, that's really what I want to look at. Let's say someone goes and they're thinking of rental, they want to use it for as a rental property, and you want to do it. People that are in diaspora want to do how they do it in diaspora. You buy a rental property, you put the rent will be higher than, just slightly higher than what you pay for the mortgage for the property, because you want gain. So now Nigeria is a different system, a different market, different economy, spending power. That's what we're looking at now. So you have to bear that in mind, is that if you're paying 1.27 million every single month, it's the rent that you're going to get from that property going to cover that, your monthly repayment, and also give you something on top because you're doing it to gain. You have to think about that, and that will be dependent on the area that your property is, what other people are charging, the rent that is going for similar properties of the similar proportion or size to yours. What are they going for? So will it match what you are going to charge for your own rent? So these are the things you have to consider. Another thing, spending power. How many Nigerians are able to afford that? 1.27 million a month is roughly 15 point something million. Think about 15.2 million in a year. So you have to consider all of this. So what your mortgage is going to cost you, and also bearing in mind that another thing I forgot to mention, at the end of your 10-year period, what you're going to, at the fixed rate of 9%, what you're going to be paying as interest for that loan is roughly 52 million naira. So you have to have these figures in your head. And as I said, this is an example. It depends on what you borrow, you know. So when it comes to rental, for rental purposes, this one of the issues that people might have. So you decide if you want to buy for rentals. You have to consider, will I be able to make gain? Bearing in mind too, maintenance cost of maintenance of the property. As a landlord, obviously you are in charge of maintaining your property. So these are the things. So can the rent cover your mortgage repayment, cover maintenance, and also a little bit of gain? You need gain, that's why you're in business. So that's what you have to consider. So now let's look at the massive risks when it comes to fluctuations in currency, that's exchange rate. And something I'd like to point out, because one of the requirements even before they process your loan, as I said, is that you pay every single month into a system, into the system for a whole year. So now, bearing in mind that you earn in pounds, I'm not saying that Naira is of no use to you, but what's happening here is that your money is locked down in Naira for 12 months. So even before the process of the loan starts, if Naira gets devalued against pounds, you're already losing. That's number one that I would like to point out. Then in regards to the problem with now this has to do now with the value of your property in terms of the rise and fall of the value of the Naira against the pounds. And historically we've seen that Naira has gone through massive devaluations. So now if Naira appreciates, your investment would appreciate. But at the same time, if Naira depreciates, your investment would depreciate. Obviously, your property, the value of your property might increase in Naira, but the value of that investment compared to pounds, you'll still be losing. I don't know if people understand what I'm saying. So depending on the value of Naira when compared to pounds, that would determine the value of your investment. It doesn't matter if the price of that property is increasing in Naira. It will only benefit people that earn in Naira compared to you, or rather it will not be of any the rise and fall of Naira might not be of any consequence to someone that earns in Naira and invested in Naira compared to you that earn in pounds and invested in Naira. So let's say now if you were to get money back, let's say you want to get some of your Naira back, or you want to sell that property. Let's just say you want to sell that property and you want to recoup your pounds. Depending on the value of Naira, you might gain or you might lose. That's the point I'm trying to say. So that your property is the value or what is increasing in Naira does not necessarily mean that the value is increasing in pounds. That's the only way I can explain it. So that's something that if you are going to invest, you have to really that's for people that want to invest to make money. But I think if you want to invest for, as I said, for family or personal, it's okay. That's if you check out everything and you can trust the system that they will execute it the way that they've shown it to be, then that's fine. So the scheme is not it's not bad. That's if you trust it. And as I said, if you're going into it for personal purpose, for personal use for yourself, your family, then the currency value does not matter. It doesn't really matter. But if you're doing it for business purpose to make profit, then you have to ask yourself the hard question: are you going to hedge your hard-earned pounds against the unpredictable waves of the foreign exchange market? That's the question that you have to ask yourself before going into it. On paper, a 9% fixed rate mortgage loan to help you get a house in Nigeria is an incredible opportunity. It's fantastic. But the problem now, the issue is trust. Because a system is only as good as the trust people have in it. So my people in diaspora, will you be willing to credit a government-backed housing account for 12 months? I would like to hear what you people think. Do you trust, will you be able to trust the execution? I would like to hear what you guys think about it in the comment section, alright? So that will be it for today. Please, I'd like you to subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed to my channel. Like my videos, share my videos. Also click on the notification bell so you receive notification anytime I upload a video. And please, if you like to support me further by being a paid member of this channel, please can you click on the join button. You see different levels and monthly payments you can make depending on the, you pick what you can afford. It's not much. You pick what you can afford. If that, and no pressure, please. It's not, I don't want anybody, if you know you're not, if you don't feel like, it's fine, so you pick what you want, or you go to the comment section, you click on the link I'll leave there, and it will take you to join as a paid member. All right, thank you guys so much for all of your support. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.